Good morning, everybody. Thanks for jumping on this training today. My name is Jeremy Jenkins, and I'm super excited to share with you some of the tidbits I've picked up over the last several years of doing this. And today, we're going to talk about your first year in network marketing. This is from a book by Mark Yarnell and Renee Yarnell. They wrote this. This is years ago. Some of the concepts, might sound a little bit dated, but I've tried to modernize it a little bit for our audience, right? But everything they talk about applies. It still applies even today, and it really was valuable for me when I was first getting started in this industry. So let's jump in. Right, the first thing they talk about that you want to do is to avoid what they call the rejection rocket. Right, which means that this is kind of the number one thing that happens. People get into this and they start to invite, and they get rejected, and they're not used to it. Right, so they start to kind of get disheartened. They start to think, oh, that's uncomfortable, and it can really stop people from moving forward, right? So the first thing they talk about is this: make rejection your ally instead of your enemy. The rejection rocket can be deflected quite effectively if new networkers and prospects anticipate and fully understand it, right? So in fact, if new associates are trained correctly based on the systems that we have, rejection will be the last concern, right? Last of your concern. Once new promoters finish with their hot market candidates, right, which is pretty typical, you kind of burn through those really fast and enter into that cold market, rejection can actually be one of your best allies. Why? Because the faster you can determine that a prospect is not receptive to a business opportunity, the faster you can leave them for follow-up in 6 months and move on to other more viable prospects without wasting time. So that's the key thing, right? Is to just, when people are getting started, to just know, hey, yeah, you're going to get rejected. It's normal. It's totally, absolutely something that all of us go through. And so don't worry about it. Don't stress about it, right? Now, the hot market's a little bit harder because you want it, right? You want your friends, you want your family members to do it. And if they don't understand, you get frustrated, like, come on, but cold market, easy, right? You don't know them. So who cares? If they say no, okay, on to the next one, right? So that's the first thing, is ignore rejection. Don't worry about it. Don't take it personal. Second thing, avoiding the management trap, right? When you get into network marketing, you have to understand that we're a team, right? It's a team building philosophy rather than a supervisory philosophy. In other words, the main cause of failure in networking is the mistaken belief that we have to manage our teams, and we don't. Okay, it's very common that after new members spend the first 2 or 3 months prospecting 10 or 15 friends, then they end up spending the most of their time trying to make those people successful. And that's what we call the management trap. We must emphasize that there is a significant difference between managing and supporting a partner organization, and then just working with your individuals, right, and motivating them. But everybody is an individual, independent contractor here, right? We didn't employ them. We're not their boss. Okay. So fulfilling the role of caretaker of the organization causes new networkers to spend a disproportionate amount of time with one or more particular lines or teams or whatever, at the risk of excluding everyone and everything else. So just remember, new blood is the lifeblood of any organization. So constantly recruiting new partnerships brings vitality to any business. And what's really awesome about what we're doing with Happy is that we've pretty much taken care of this issue because of our unique compensation model, where it's to our benefit to just continue bringing in those new people to try and get up to the higher clubs, right? So that's really awesome. We kind of start to nip that in the bud right from the beginning, just the way we built things. So pretty awesome. But still, it applies, right? We don't want to stop recruiting and just manage, right? We got to keep recruiting all the time. Next thing is dodging that depression torpedo. So after years of experience and success in networking, Ron Wiggins has developed a philosophical attitude about burnout. The faster a person who doesn't take this business seriously leaves, the faster one finds out with whom they don't have to waste much time. Okay, so unless they are really messing up, Ron's advice is to just let people do what they want with their business and not what we want them to do, right? In this business, there is room for each and every level of participation. So let's not stress that some people aren't as engaged as they should be. Now, we can always, try and help them and engage them and work with them and all that, but we should never get depressed because somebody's not working as hard as maybe we are. Okay, so because we know that, right? So he's totally right. Since we know that this is a mistake to focus on attrition, what we need to do instead is to focus on the positive numbers. And the more active people we have in our business, the more successful we're going to be. So a balanced organization will be made up of a large number of promoters, many free customers, some people working part-time to build the organization, and a few full-time maniacs. Okay, so Ron concludes, work with the leaders and do whatever it takes to protect your state of mind. You have to stay focused for this business to work. Okay, fourth thing, block the tank of false expectations, right? There's the expectation, there's the reality on that cake, right? So ours is an industry that has built a reputation for producing millionaires. It just has, right? People hear about that. Wow, that guy's making 100 grand a month. Oh my goodness. So as a result, people believe that they have failed if they don't make $100,000 a month in their first year. Okay. So even worse than this is the false expectation of premature wealth, spread by a number of misguided distributors, that success in network marketing does not require significant effort too, right? Or a significant investment of time. That's always something we fall into the trap of. The truth is, this is an industry of work. Those of us who have reached high incomes have dedicated ourselves to succeeding and have remained in that attitude for years. Okay. Equally wrong is the idea that you don't need to do anything except send people to weekly meetings and the leaders will do everything else. Okay. Now, it is known that in these meetings, some leaders have done it all and even recruit your prospects into their own business. So this is a home-based industry where the rewards are commensurate with effort. All right, number 5, attacking the warm list warhead. So the first 6 months in your career here are critical. Like the first 6 years of a child's life, the first months in network marketing are formative. And it is during these impressionable months that the patterns for success must be firmly established in the mind of every promoter. Very few people are going to survive the first few years if the first few weeks are wasted. Okay. So we believe that our industry's high attrition rate can be traced back to the seeds of failure that are planted in the early stages. Whatever you do, don't make the mistake of waiting to share your discovery with your friends. The common excuse is, I don't want to call my friends until I'm already making money, right? Well, of course, the solution is to have the support of your leaders, those who have a history of success in business, or doing a 3-way call or chat with them, right? So you can leverage the people that are already making money and do it that way. All right, number 6 is fending off the scatter bomb. The next big hurdle in the battle for success is likely to afflict every promoter who has ever entered this industry. We call it the scatter bomb. It's easy to fall into this booby trap given the changing nature of our business. Simply put, the scatter bomb is a mental explosion that diffuses the focus of promoters, causing them to stop using the system that they learned and wildly following whatever new network marketing system appears out there, right? The scatter bomb is generally delivered in the first year, and it sets off distributors in search of any leader, company, sales assistant, or system that can help them succeed more quickly, more easily. Remember, if someone in your line of sponsorship earns the amount that you fervently desire, and you continue to duplicate the same system that led that person to riches, you'll eventually get there too. But you're not going to get there if you continually change systems, right? You just can't do that. You got to stay focused and have that consistency. Okay. Number 7, eluding the meeting minds, right? Attending unnecessary meetings can become a roadblock leading to the demise of our industry. Large hotel meetings do not work unless they are used periodically as a supplement to regularly scheduled home presentations. Weekly hotel meetings are not effective or easily duplicated because they're expensive, they create dependency, they can cause embarrassing situations for those who do not show up, or they're not private, right? They're not an example of freedom. They tend to create the illusion of saturation and they don't encourage personal development. Occasional hotel meetings are most useful to bring the group together, to hear from a line of sponsorship leader, to present awards, offer recognition, and build relationships. That kind of stuff is great. As much as possible, you should avoid holding meetings in a prospect's home or office because then you're not in control, right, of the situation. They should be at your own home or wherever you can do it. Successful meetings revolve around the fundamental principle of network marketing, duplication. So just know that about 50% of the people that you invite to your meetings are not going to show up, okay? Even though they promise to do so. Don't worry about it. Just like we need to expect the rejection, right? We need to expect that half the people won't show up. That's okay. Number 8, unloading the plug-in pistol. Choose the leader or remote group to whom you will entrust your new frontline associates with the same caution with which you would choose a nursery for your child, okay? Just as the best possible solution is to raise your own child, so it is also the best if you train your valuable frontline associates yourself. When advising your downline, suggest what you want them to do right, rather than reminding them what they're doing wrong. And the first time you present network marketing to your family and friends, they should see the presentation in a private place. The prominent purpose of network marketing has always been to consume and distribute quality products on a person-to-person recommendation while paying distributors for their efforts, enabling them to live better quality lives. All right, number 9 is deflecting the executive explosion. The executive explosion refers to the significant flow of corporate executives who join our industry, bringing with them the same managerial styles that led them to low productivity and unjustified high earnings of their previous careers. So, even if you have been a low-level employee, don't make the mistake of assuming that some top executive knows more about this business than you do, okay? When you teach ex-executives, take control of their training and show them how different our network marketing business is from traditional businesses. New distributors, especially those who come from corporations, should learn from day one that using the product, contacting, inviting, and associating are the things that lead to success. A profound truth about our industry is this: possessive attachment never leads to success. You will only receive great rewards in this impressive world of network marketing if you offer the business to others. Okay, in conclusion, recruiters in traditional businesses are called headhunters, but we have learned early on that we should call networkers heart hunters. Attempting to develop this business by stealing distributors from other companies is clearly wrong, given the structural integrity of the network distribution industry. Our philosophy has always been to find a good company and stay there, not to become addicted to network marketing, right? In other words, get so addicted you're just doing 1,000 things and you're distracted. No, let's focus on what is working and where we can actually make a difference for people. Network marketing is here to stay, and we predict that over the next decade and well into the 21st century, our industry will stand out for 2 things. Number 1, for its clear marketing strategies, and 2, for the sensitivity and integrity that people with this field show towards each other. So my friends, as Eric Worre would say, network marketing is not perfect, it's just better. So with that, let's go ahead and apply these 10 things into our businesses. Let's share it with our new prospects, get them started on the right track so that, in the months and years ahead, we can all enjoy the great success together. So with that, I'll let you guys go. Thanks so much for jumping on this morning, and we will see you all next Saturday. Talk to you soon.